Eaton thing is incredible because, you know, he didn't play the entire spring like all these other guys did. He came in, I don't know, maybe halfway through or 75% in, and he just comes out and it's like he's not even missing a beat.
Yeah, to be honest, that worries me a lot. The fact that well is going to make it hard to sit him, and I think he needs to sit. And, you know, I'll be interested to see if he's in there today, but you know, he said he's always jogged a little weird and kind of moved around slowly, but he's moving around real slow.
I noticed that, Chelsea. I told the
And
boys this morning. I noticed that. Yep.
Yeah, and he says that's normal, and he laughed it off, but, you know, why push? So
Right.
I don't think it'll be the worst thing in the world if they get him out of there and maybe he's not hitting 800 in a week, you know, but it scares me more than, you know, as much as it impresses me because I'm paranoid and, you know, whatever, but it's great, obviously, and it's incredible, but you gotta hope Dave Martinez knows when to kind of push the brakes on that one.
But didn't he say that he kind of walks around slow at home?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I mean, I think he'll be fine.
But it's not that he's walking slow. It's that you can tell he's favoring it a little bit. And I guess that's natural.
Yeah, he's still limping. And that's scary to me because that's just never what you want to see. But he feels fine, and he's been through enough, too, that he doesn't want to get hurt again. So I think that everyone probably knows what they're doing, but I'm paranoid, and it's obvious, you know, to me that he's not 100%. But, I mean, whatever he's doing at 80% or whatever works. So I can see why they want to stick with him.
You know, it's just been incredible. Everyone just sort of chipping in. I mean, Brian Goodwin, I mean, Howard Kendrick, everybody getting a little piece of the action here. Have we learned anything from Dave Martinez so far in the 3 games that he's managed? Has he there haven't been too many really tough spots for him yet, right?
No, you know, I think the thing that sort of sticks out to me is that he's not going to be afraid to change and tinker and, you know, rest guys. You know, that's one thing I think Dusty did well last year is he made sure that his good big guys were there at the end. And, you know, we saw it in spring training with Zimmerman, obviously, but I don't think Dave Martinez is going to be afraid to sit Zimmerman a couple times a week until June or July. You know, I just think the thing he honed with the Cubs was like, hey, let's give guys our time now because we can plan for October. And I think that's something that works for a veteran team like this. And, you know, you could see a rookie manager wanting to just start off 10-0 and push everybody to the limit, but he seems very comfortable to take his time and let everybody, you know, ease into this.
Chelsea, when Peralta hit Goodwin yesterday in the ribs, Goodwin stared him down a little bit. Sammy Solis, that definitely wasn't on purpose because that loaded the bases, but did you talk to Goodwin? Did anybody on the team think that was an intentional pitch to hit him?
Nobody talked about it afterward. I mean, I can see maybe why Goodwin thought so after hitting a grand slam late, but there was just sort of no incentive to do that there. So,
right.
No, I don't think they were frustrated. You know, I don't know quite. Maybe Goodwin knows something we don't, but, yeah, nobody really read into that, and they were all kind of just eager to get out of Cincinnati and not start anything there.
So what should we be concerned about? I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start, right? Dream scenario. Your 3 aces, they all pitched great. And, you know, I guess Eaton lipping around. Is that about it so far?
You know, I hate to say it, but the bullpen scares me a lot. I think to have to go to Madsen, really, you know, he did pitch Saturday, but he warmed. You know, Kinsler warmed 2 out of 3 days and probably would have warmed yesterday, you know, if they hadn't said we got to stay away from him. And it's, you know, Sammy Solis has very clearly shown he can't go back-to-back, and he'd be sort of the fourth weapon there. So they're thin. I think they're thin until guys like Matt Grace and Trevor Gott show that, you know, they can be consistent, which they very well might. But I don't look at that and say, I mean, it's obviously infinitely better than last year at this time, but it's not October ready. And fortunately, they have 6 months to get it there, so it's not a huge concern. But it's better than last year, but it doesn't feel as solid as you'd like it, and they've given up a lot of runs over the last 2 days to a team that isn't going to score a lot of runs this year, I don't think.
Yeah, Solis wasn't very good yesterday.
Yeah, he just never looked right. You know, he's always had trouble on day 2, but I don't know, he was just all off yesterday, so I don't read too much into it, but yeah, it was a little scary.
I hate to ask the obligatory Daniel Murphy question, but, you know, FP pointed out that, like, some of these at-bats, he's kind of standing there. He's, like, taking, you know, pitches. But in the dugout there, you could kind of see him, like, leaning on his legs and kind of feeling it. Like, where are we with this?
I think he's improving. You know, the last week of spring training, he was swinging the cage, and he's standing upright. And you guys know, like, from watching him, that's not how Daniel Murphy stands in the box at all. He's one of the kind of lowest crouched hitters in baseball. And so it was kind of weird to see him upright and a clear sign that the legs weren't where he wanted them. As we've sort of gotten into the regular season here and he's taking BP on the field, he's starting to look a lot more like Murphy, starting to move a little bit more in the field. So I think he's just sort of going through the natural progression, and I think it feels like late April, early May is a reasonable target. It also feels like they're not going to rush him, and I think there's nothing to be worried about there in terms of a setback. It's just going to take a little bit, and they have time to give him.